What are we going to do with this one, Saito?
Make an example.
Are they praying something?
Kill her! Toko Kanemori's curse takes her soul too! You killed the great Kitsune?
They thought they were cursed by Kanamori, but what were they doing in here? A cruel fate for Kanamori the Two-Faced, and the men he cursed. You must be Kanamori, and you're holding a charm. Hopefully it's not cursed, like everything else you touch.
There are plenty of stories about you, Onryo.
Losing a lot to this flip. This color reminds me of the sky on a summer evening.
I always thought of it as the ocean during a calm storm. It is a pity to see both soiled with gunfire smoke these days. But perhaps carrying their colors gives us the strength to survive these trying times.
Ah, my favorite wanderer.
Ugetsu, what brings you here?
I seek a katana called the Stormblade. Supposedly, it ended up here in Oshima Coast hundreds of years ago. The sword is said to be so powerful that it contains the strength of an unstoppable storm.
Sounds like quite a sword. I'm sure you have a story about it.
That's the problem. I'm not sure which story belongs to it. If you find it, I'll be able to tell you the Stormblade's tale once I see it.
How would I find this sword?
The bits and pieces of the tales I've heard all say it's somewhere in these hills, up this path behind me.
Might as well look around. No one's tended to this place in a long time. Some sort of fox shrine. Looks ancient. You don't look like the other foxes around here. Where are you off to? Where'd you go? Why did you leave me here? There you are. Do you know how hard it was to get up here? What's this? Someone wrote a haiku. Looks like it was written ages ago. Alone, far from home. Old friends, never forgotten. Cherished sacrifice. Whoever wrote this was in pain, but proud. Has to be another way through. There you are. What is all this? Someone was storing weapons, supplies, enough to fight a small war. Never seen a helmet this old before. Looks like it's been through a lot. A saddle. Looks like it carried its rider through countless battles. A rusted iron hook. Too old to be of any use. Need to find a way to reach that cave. Someone went through a lot of trouble to keep this hidden. Could this be the Stormblade? How long has this been here? Ninetales?
We have been following you for some time, but now the Stormblade is ours. Slit her throat.
I'm coming for that sword! Where did that bastard go? Didn't go this way. Shit! Look who's back. I'm glad you found me. You wouldn't happen to know where that Ninetail ran off to, would you? This place, it's beautiful. Someone's house. Good place to hide. The Stormblade's owner must have lived here. This flute is extremely old. Might be a family heirloom. Who knows how many times it was passed down. Burned adoption papers for a clan Shimura. Looks like an herbalist's set, once used to make medicines. And poison. An old dagger. Someone etched a name onto the blade. Yuna. He must have gone through here.
I was wondering why my men never returned. Your reputation is well earned, Onryo. Face me!
Gladly.
The man who owned this sword was the first shinobi. He was unstoppable. Now, I'll be unstoppable too.
We'll see about that.
Learn to fear the Stormblade! This sword will grant me control of the winds! You'll be one of thousands cut down by this blade!
Ugetsu? How'd you get here?
By boat. I saw this fox on the shore, and it seemed to want me to follow it.
That fox led me to the Stormblade. I don't recognize this crest. Do you?
Twin mountains in a circle. Of course. It all makes sense now. The Stormblade is part of a tale outlawed by an old shogun hundreds of years ago. Long ago, the Mongol horde set its eyes upon a small Japanese island. Although greatly outnumbered, a band of brave samurai rode out to face their invaders. The samurai were annihilated, but one fallen warrior rose from the ashes and single-handedly pushed back the Mongols, armed with his katana, the Stormblade. He cast aside the way of the samurai and adopted what we now call the way of the shinobi. With the Stormblade in hand and the howling winds at his back, the warrior defeated the Mongols and freed his home. But he also broke the very code that forged him, making him a wanted man by his own people. The samurai who was no longer a samurai had no choice but to flee his home, never to be seen again. No one knows where he went. However, some say he spent his final days here in Ezo.
So this is where the former samurai fled. The man you spoke of sounds like a hero. Why did the old shogunate outlaw his story?
Perhaps the Shogun saw him as a threat to his authority. A legendary hero who defied convention and succeeded where the samurai failed. Empires have fallen over less.
Too bad he's not still alive. I'd buy him a drink, trade stories about foolhardy samurai.
Something tells me he'd enjoy that. As for the Stormblade, I believe it has found a new master.
I'll put it to good use. And I will honor his sacrifice. You were a true warrior. Thank you for your Stormblade. Thanks for the help, little friend.
Drawing maps would be a lot easier without everyone trying to kill each other out here. I have new maps for you. Put it away, quickly.
An Ainu trader. Hunehe.
Ah, urahe, katkewa. I'd offer you my finest ashkara this side of Mount Yotei. But my wares are sparse at the moment.
Ashkuru. That is a kind of sake, isn't it?
But better tasting.
I've always wanted to try it. My father traded a few bottles, but guarded them like a hawk.
A man of good taste. A pity bandits don't share that appreciation.
You were robbed?
Unfortunately, they swung the last of my ashkara past the cliff. Made sure these old bones couldn't reach it.
Show me.
They wanted coin. My people don't have any use for it. We prefer to barter. Bartering is easier when exchanging goods with all kinds of peoples, even from across the seas. I tried telling them this.
I assume they weren't impressed.
They slung the ashkara over to that spire below us.
There is a climbing path of sorts. I could get to it.
Oh, well, yes, but that is a very long way to fall.
It would be a pity to never taste the best ashikuru this side of Ezo.
You cannot be serious. There's no need. What's done is done.
Don't look down. That smells good. The bottle is unique.
As fearless as the great Okikurumi, this one. Miyashikiri is yours, friend.
This bottle isn't Ainu made.
A trade from the Ripunkuru people that live in the icy plains across the sea. Their artistry with lacquer is unmatched. Now go on. That ashkuru won't drink itself.
Worth the climb.
That's what I like to hear. My village is past the Great Lake, if you run empty.
Good to know. Stay out of trouble.
Apun no paean.
Matsumae scout. Looks like they could use a hand.
Watch out! There's more! Here it comes!
Where's that Matsumae?
I guess there's worse ways to die, huh?
A samurai that dies fighting, dies with honor.
No one ever tells you how pretty it is up here.